Data vocabulary. In this video, we will talk about shapes of graphs. We will talk about measures of central and measures of spread. We're going to first talk about shapes of graphs. So I'd like you to write down shape, and then I'd like you to copy down just roughly these three graphs right here. Notice that this one, the tallest part of the graph is more to the right. This one has the tallest part of the graph in the middle, and this one, the tallest part of the graph, is in the left. So go ahead and copy these down, and we'll discuss what they mean. All right, so let's start by looking at this graph right here. Notice that the mean is, it looks like maybe halfway in the middle, though median is your middle value. But the mean is your fair share. If everybody had the same frequency, what would that be? Your mean is all the way to the left, your median, and then your mode is the tallest point because that's the most frequently occurring value in your data set. This type of graph, when the mode is on the right and the mean here is to the left of the median, it's called skewed left, or we call it negatively skewed. The tail is to the, that should be the tail is to the left. So this is the tail of our data, and it is to the left. So this is a skewed left or negatively skewed graph. Our mean is less than the median. Let's go ahead and add that. Mean is less than median. Okay, now let's look at this graph over here. Notice that these two graphs are opposite. Our mean is greater than the median. The mode is more towards the left. The tail is now to the right. This is a skewed right or positively skewed graph. So one way to remember it is not where the mode is, but where the tail is. If your tail, or this long part right here of the graph, is to the right, then it's skewed right. If your tail is to the left, then it's skewed left. All right, and then the last one is in the middle. This is where your mean, median, and mode are all the same. This is no skew, or it's just normal graph. It's symmetric. It's the same on the left as the right. The tail does not move towards one direction. It is called symmetric. Okay, so we just talked about shape. Now let's talk about measures of center. Mean is a measure of the center. Remember, mean, another word for mean is average. I call it also an equal distribution or a fair share. If all values were the same, the mean is that value. If all of the values were the same, the mean would be that value. So that is one measure of center. All right, now I would like you to write down median. That's another measure of center, and that is the middle value when the data is in order. And it can either be from greatest to least or least to greatest. So mean and median talk about the center of the data. Go ahead and get that written down. All right, now measures of spread, that would be the range. The range is the difference between, the largest and smallest values in a set of data. So that's when you take your high number and your low number and you subtract them. That is called the range. Now I want you to write down outlier. The outlier, well, you can have more than one outlier, is a value much greater or much less than the others in a data set. So it's kind of a random piece of data that's kind of out there. It doesn't really follow the normal curve of the graph. that is an outlier, not outlier, outlier. All right, and then last I want you to write down box plots, and I want you to copy this graph, this box plot as it is, and then I'll go through what it means. All right, so once you have that copied down, this line in the middle represents the median of your data, of all of your data. This line right here is the median. This line is Q1. We call that quartile 1. And the way that we found that is we found the median of your data on the left. And then this one is Q3. That is quartile 3. Okay, and then, also we can call this the lower quartile, and this is the upper quartile. And then these little things that come off here are called your whiskers, and this is your highest value in your data set, and this one is your lowest value of your data set. So make sure that you have all of this written down so that when we tomorrow in class when we use these, you'll have good notes so that you can refer back to.